Joining us now here on NEC Women's Basketball on the Run, someone who knows a thing or two about throwing a block party. She's been swatting away shots all year long from the LIU Sharks. It's Amaya Dowdy. Amaya, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Craig.
Now, let's talk about the Sharks. The team is hot right now, won 3 in a row, just swept St. Francis and Central this past weekend. So what's been working so well?
I feel like we've been really focusing on ourselves and like our own strengths individually and as a team, and focusing on our individual strengths and putting it all together and just making it all work out good.
Now, we know your coach is on leave. You're without your leading scorer this past weekend. Usually subtraction is not a good thing, but somehow you guys have managed to overcome that. So and not skip a beat. So what does that say about the team that you throw all these hurdles at you and you're still able to overcome it?
I feel like as a team, we can handle adversity really well. All the cards are against us. People talk saying they're not going to win with all these, different factors. And I felt like we took the adversity and just embraced it. And then we came out and just did what we did, focused on our strengths, like we said.
Yeah, it's been great to watch. Let's talk about you for a second and you're kind of joining the team. How was it and when was it that you kind of fell in love with the game of basketball back when you were younger?
When I was younger, I would say about like age 7, I played like travel league back home. And after that, I just fell in love with the game.
Now, I saw in high school you played a little bit of volleyball in addition to basketball. So I'm wondering, like, how did maybe the skills of timing jumps maybe help with your shot blocking and rebounding and on the basketball court?
I would say, I picked the volleyball just for fun during my high school season. And I feel like, yeah, maybe that helped a little. But I played basketball before volleyball, and I feel like that really translated well into volleyball. But yeah.
So I got to know what's the secret to a good block? If I'm like a young kid at like a clinic or something, and I'm looking for some tips on how to be a good shot blocker, what would your advice be?
Say it's all about, timing and body positioning, not jumping too early or jumping into, the person you're defending. It's all about, it takes time, practice, just, timing, body control. Yeah.
Now we know you've been doing your thing prior to LIU and even in non-conference play this year, but I think what kind of you jumped out on the page to a lot of people was the 5 blocks in the first quarter against Sacred Heart. Did someone come to you after that first quarter be like, hey, you got 5 blocks? Did you know about that? Did you surprise yourself?
Honestly, I just like when I play, I'm just like, just worry about winning, and doing
Sure.
us as a team, winning the game. I didn't realize I had that many blocks until the end of the game, to be
Wow.
honest. Yeah.
And again, you kind of use that to kind of keep the momentum going this past weekend. I wonder, your team visited Chicago State, which is kind of a preview for the league for next year. So what was that trip like? Did you see any good like hotels or food places or anything to prepare the rest of the league for next year?
Um, Honestly, Chicago State, it was really cold.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah, the wind, windy city. We spent a lot of time inside, the hotel. We didn't really venture out into the city, and we got stuck for a while
Wow.
trying to get back to New York. Yeah.
Wow. So rest of the NEC, get ready for that home court advantage out there for Chicago State. So I'm wondering, your journey, we mentioned you had other stops before coming to LIU. So what was it that made you want to come to Brooklyn and be a Shark and be a part of this team?
I would say, the coaches, the program felt like it was heading in the right direction. They were always seen as the underdogs. And I feel like my whole life I've been seen as an underdog. So I felt like that was a really good fit for me, to try to prove everyone wrong.
Absolutely. And big games coming up, a rematch with Sacred Hearts that you just saw them had the big game against them a couple of weeks ago, and then Lemoyne as well. So what are some keys to success coming up for this weekend?
Like I said, we're really focusing our own strengths. So, we'll scout the other team, but us, we're focusing on, not turning the ball over so much and just defensive stops and just taking, possession by possession, really, playing the game at our own pace.
And is the team kind of feeling like you kind of like hitting the stride, like you kind of have something going right now? Or you kind of feeling that vibe in the locker room with the team?
Yes, I'm feeling that vibe. Like, I feel like we're gonna go in tomorrow and, like I said, do what we do, but like, better than execute better than what we did last time we played Sacred Heart. Felt like we learned a lot from that game. Even though like it was a close game, I feel like we're gonna, go to extra mile this game.
Looking very much looking forward to it. And we're gonna get you out here with the final five questions. These are quick hitters. So first thing that comes to mind, just let it out. All right.
Okay.
All right. Favorite color,
Blue.
favorite snack or junk food.
Favorite snack, I like the white cheddar cheeses.
Okay, great choice. Besides a shark, what is your favorite sea creature?
Sea creature, I like dolphins.
Okay, there you go. If we took a survey of your teammates, what trait or adjective do you think they would use to describe you?
I would say either unique or funny.
Okay, all right. And what is the key for LIU to win a championship in 2024?
Key is just, grit and hard work and perseverance.
Okay, well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. We appreciate the chat and best of luck up this weekend and the rest of the season.
Thank you.
You can catch Amaya and the Sharks a rematch with Sacred Heart Thursday, 7 p.m. on NEC Front Row. And check out this full episode of NEC Women's Basketball on the Run, available now wherever you get your podcasts.